want those that were not able to vote, those that were 14 years of age in 2021 to get their NRCs and go register to vote. Why, man? You have to register to vote. Not that you are politician who are same. You are accomplice. You are killing the country. Apa, like we said, we gave you the direction. We gave ourselves the direction. Umuntu na ishibiko today ananko. Given what is even happening in the southern region, given what transpired yesterday with the SADC. Yesterday there was a 44th SADC summit in Zimbabwe, and obviously it was a very well planned and it was a success, even though there were some people trying to, bring that down or trying to say, I ain't there with no SADC, but yeah, and it was well organized. A lot of presidents attended, but one thing we cannot overlook in that regard is how Zambia has been isolated, and it is a concern. Let's not look at it as a small issue. It is a huge concern. For the first time in years, Zambia has completely been isolated. Now, how do you do bilateral talks, bilateral agreements, if we cannot even attend such an important summit as a country? Yes, we sent our foreign affairs minister, but the whole purpose of SADC meeting is for head of states to meet. And whatever discussions that are discussed there is what's going to be presented to African Union when they meet. So when we don't have a president representing us, because what excuse did our president give for not attending SADC? Why did he have? This is a president that likes traveling, and all of a sudden this president is not traveling. What's going on? So this is the thing. If you remember very well, in 2022, there was that incident where we came at crossroads with the Zimbabweans when they were having their own elections, and all this has got our leaders to blame. When we were telling Barnabas Mumba to be diplomatic in the manner that he was handling the elections as an election observer, as a SADC election observer appointed by Hakainde Hichilema, this is what we were talking about. The situation that Zambia has found itself is a situation that no country wants to be in. So you see, 2 years ago, when Zimbabwe went to elections, every president that we've had has always maintained a non-alignment foreign policy. And this is the first time that we've had a situation where we come crossroads with our neighbors and other countries. Now, if you tell me, if you tell me about, bilateral agreements, at first when the UPND government came into power, they were moving around. President Hakainde was moving around. Oh, we are signing MOUs with this, MOUs with this country. What have come out of those MOUs? This is 2024. This is all now 3 years. Those MOUs that were being signed, you even propagated a situation where you are saying Lungu destroyed the relationships. We are trying to build relationships. I remember the president one time, he was in Southern Province, where even the Chinese ambassador was around, and I recall he was saying to the Chinese ambassador that he was on the phone call with President Xi Jinping, and is trying to restore the relationship that President Edgar Lungu had destroyed with China. And what happened when he went to China? The person that was telling us to say he's the one in good relations with China was put on a waiting list for 5 days in China before he could see the Chinese president. And when we talk about these issues, people thought we were just joking. The Venezuelan president that went after HH was already in China saw the Chinese ambassador before HH was already in China. So they, saw the Chinese president. So all those things told you where Zambia was being put. Because look, if countries don't respect your head of state or your country representatives, you'll be treated in the manner that Zambia is being treated now. And what did Zambia gain when after abstaining from this SADC meeting? We lost out, because now we are reading of what they talked about and everything like that. Look, what you need to understand, during that SADC meeting, it's the head of state's meeting. So when you send a foreign affairs minister, Mlambe Ayimba, don't forget now, Mlambe Ayimba is a foreign affairs minister. And remember that petition that we did? That petition is on record. Okay? That petition that we did, we were challenging the government to see if the government is going to do the right thing. But that petition, if you go on Google today and you go and Google to say Mlambe Ayimba, the petition will show up. And that petition will read why there is that petition. And this is our foreign affairs minister now. But not only that, when such meetings are happening and head of states are meeting, there is no way a foreign affairs minister will be included in the heads of state meeting. You understand? That's just the protocol. And that's the etiquette we talk about. The protocols. So Mlambe Ayimba went there as Zambia's representative. But to be honest with you, if heads of states decide to hold closed door meeting to talk about the region, there is no way Mlambe Ayimba is going to be in that closed door meeting. Protocol yakan. Those are head of state, they will meet themselves, the head of states. Mlambe Ayimba will go with the minister of foreign affairs, what not, they will remain. And this brings me to the issue of why in this country Muderera a former head of state. It's because you don't understand the protocols. You think the former head of state Edgar Lungu muntu yawe. I even always give you an example. When he went to that inauguration ceremony in Zimbabwe, look at the reception he got compared to by then Stanley Kakubo was foreign affairs minister. And even the opposition political leaders that went there. Look at that video and compare. Another example that I constantly talk about and I give about is how the sitting arrangement was done. After the inauguration ceremony, they went for a luncheon. Where was, for example, I give the example, I respect what Dr. Fred maybe, but I will give an example because he was there and other opposition leaders. But Fred Membe was sat muchintu wengi. President Edgar Lungu sat kuhai table na manani? Nama presidents. Despite him being what? A former head of state. That's the example I always give. Mamona. Muzambia ndalanda lyonse. Ichibereshi echo tuwakwata. Tuwadikwate chibereshi. And the issue here is like, President Edgar Lungu has got a heart of accommodating everybody. He doesn't look at somebody because you in chushi, or fuera ma tropico, or wadikwate ndarama, or lensha pajero, no kwete njinga. He will treat people the same. He will treat people the same. And because of that, ichibele shocho mwamba nomba kureta, mwamba kureta ichibeshi, because he's so accommodative that he lets everyone in. He doesn't choose. Kabova so we identify with Edgar Lungu and Edgar Lungu will embrace that person. And umuntu ala adesmaida kunganda. Now, because of that, to such that develop Ichiberesh Zambia. The example that I've given you, where at that inauguration ceremony of Mnangagwa, opposition leaders, including the Dr. Fred Membe, sat muchintu wingi. And Edgar Lungu sat with his fellow presidents, sitting presidents, in as much as his former head of state. But the fact remains is his level yama presidents ni presidential. This should start sinking in with all of you that come up with to my political parties and whatnot. Always remember this. You will never be on the same level. I always say, even President Hakainde Hichilema himself, having ruled Zambia for just 3 years, he is still not on the same level as Edgar Lungu. This is nothing but the fact. Edgar Lungu knows so much than President Hakainde Hichilema. This is the truth. Today, yes, President Hakainde Hichilema has the instrument of power, but at the end of the day, he is far, way below President Edgar Lungu. But because Chandera and the Chinchi, Ichivelesh. That now you just think, oh, the Rona Rota Feina chair as a chair and in Quataka follow in 100K followers, so no na inena right to Tumuna in Sungiavantu. It is evident by the way the UPND government has governed this country that governance is not a child's play. Just these 3 years that you Zambians have experimented, it is evident enough that governance is not child's play. And it is the main reason why we are saying we cannot afford to experiment. One, given what transpired yesterday in the SADC region, Zambia being as isolated as it is today, it is one reason why we must now, if you were doubting about Edgar Lungu, it is one reason now we should even be convinced to say we need Edgar Lungu to come back, because Edgar Lungu maintained a healthy relationship with other countries. Another example to back what I'm saying is what recently transpired during the trade fair that was happening on the Copper Belt. We had the Mozambique, is it the Angolan president, who came as what? As the guest of honor for what was happening. What happened that time? If Edgar Lungu did not have a good relationship with other countries, or he didn't maintain, or they did not respect him as you don't respect him in your own country, that president could not have made HH wait while he was having tea with President Lungu. You understand? I'll repeat that. If Edgar Lungu is Mozambican president, thank you so much, Kasuba, Mozambican president, the trade fair we had on the Copper Belt, if Edgar Lungu did not have a good working relationship with other countries and other presidents, when we had the Mozambican president as a guest of honor during that time, he wouldn't have made HH wait Kudiakuna and Copper Belt while he was having tea with the former head of state. It could have not happened. But it is because of the relationship that they developed when he was president of the Republic of Zambia. And because of what? The bilateral relations that we enjoyed with other countries. The non-alignment foreign policy that was maintained. That president still respects the former head of state to a point where he made the incumbent wait for him as he was having tea with the former head of state. Now, given that I've given you all this information, and look at what transpired yesterday in regard with SADC, our incumbent, the president, decided to attend that meeting via virtue. We don't have COVID. It's not an excuse. And before he could attend that meeting, he was receiving a doctorate degree at UNZA, celebrating. In the midst of what we should be calling a state funeral of a former lady who died, who served this country for almost 7 years. But you could have thought maybe it will make an excuse to say it's because we've got a funeral, because we've got a state funeral. This is why I cannot attend the 44th SADC summit. No, you wouldn't. The very day that summit was going on, what was happening? The president was busy campaigning for a ward councillor in Chiengi. If at least there could have been an excuse to say it is because of the state funeral that we have, the former first lady has passed away. Even those presidents could have understood. Okay? But the very day that the summit was happening, our president was in Chiengi doing campaigns. And you know what? The handlers even post that on his Facebook page. Do you know what that tells those heads of states that we are meeting there? Do you know what that portrays? He would rather be campaigning for a ward councillor than actually taking the interests of the region seriously. And this is the isolation I'm talking about. And sometimes you could even maybe lay low or social media no post what do the people that handle that page for the president do? They even post him no to one, no to no, at we are landing in Chiengi, kirikiti, no to one, no to no. SADC meeting is in place. So how do you then engage? Are you going to now be calling them or engage them one by one? What if they discuss certain issues that the region should take into consideration, and you are not there? So, like I've always said, it is not because I want Edgar Lungu because I like Edgar Lungu. No. It is because it is the objective thing to do as Zambia. Where Zambia is at the moment, like I've always said, it needs somebody who will not start introducing to all these sitting presidents that are around have all associated with Edgar Lungu. And they know who Edgar Lungu is. I'm not saying Edgar Lungu is perfect. I take a point Edgar Lungu. But I'm saying this because I'm being objective. I've looked, I've assessed. With the way things are going, the selling of assets, you know, the abrogation of the constitution, the bilateral relationships that have been destroyed, the stance of not taking the non-alignment foreign policy, all those things put together, the geopolitics that are happening on the African soil, all those put together, you ask a question. Do we need somebody who is not known at this point in time and say, be president, so that now Wambio is introduced to my countries? Because the very first thing that President Ichilema did when he won president was to move around. He went to America, he went to EU, he was introducing himself as the new kid on the block. Mama. I think let me start eating. Okay. But you don't need that as we speak, because Zambia needs urgent solutions. With everything that is going on, we need urgent solutions. And we don't need somebody who will start introducing, hey, my name is Chapchi, I'm now voted. No. The moment people know to say Edgar Lungu is president, they know. They know. All these presidents will know who Edgar Lungu is. We don't even need to no. Things will just start falling in place because they know him. They've dealt with him before. It is the main reason why we constantly say Alewele Lapo. He had his own weaknesses. And like he said in his own words, and I quote, his ways was far much better than what we have today. We had Michael Chilufyasata when he won elections, who took back assets for you, the Zambian people. We had Edgar Lungu, who, despite all the corruptions, allegations by the then opposition leader, gave us KK International Airport, gave us KK Conference Center, gave us Kazungula Bridge, built schools, built roads, all those without dipping into NAPSA. We never had to use government money to fund a private project or a private company. We never did that. Government money was government investing for the public, for the government people, for you, the Zambian people. But today, in a space of 3 years, ama assets valeshtisha. And then you find that the things that they are buying, using what? Using your NAPSA money. The Ndora Road they constantly talk about. In a partnership, they dipped into NAPSA. So all those things is what we are saying. Zambia is a mess. Okay? Mukakwate situation here, but today somebody sent me actually a message about the NAPSA issue. Who was saying, Chair, at tukana for a NAPSA, ama 1,500 per month. Ngana for na bakashibandi wafo ni sharp, takuri pokendaram. And when we were telling you about this policy introduction of 20%, so coming back to Ichiberesh, okay? Let's not get big-headed. It's a democratic issue. Na party and what not. But at the end of the day, what you need to understand is to look at the bigger picture. The interest of the country. Where are we taking this country? What do we have? What are we supposed to do for the Zambian people, the vulnerable, the poor? What are we going to leave for the generation to come? Those are the questions that we need to be asking. Hello? Okay. You understand? Those are the questions that we need to be asking. And in as much as we have all this, I think we have so many political parties. Let's be objective.
Why is Louis not on live?
No, I don't want to put him on live.
Oh, okay, he can talk about everything in Zambia.
My son has now even started learning. You can talk about everything in Zambia. And thanks to VPN, I can stream properly. Can you please share the VPN? Lunelu's mom. Zambians, you need VPN. You need, especially Ukutuleya. Nakadimbusha nakarandats. Could you quiz at Facebook? So to access Facebook, yara kosam Zambia. So make sure get VPN. Yala kosok to access Facebook. So mu Zambia, you need each one of you. You need VPN. So Luneru's mom has just confirmed to say, thanks to VPN, I can stream properly now. So VPN is the way to go. That's the way to go. But this is what I'm saying. In as much as we have our own support, let's ask ourselves, what are we trying to achieve here? Is it my personal interest of just becoming president? If that's the case, then you're not different from those that are there today. Or are you a leader that wants to contribute to the well-being of your country? Right now, it's not the matter of becoming president at all costs. Right now is a matter of saving this country before it's completely destroyed. How do you do it? By coming together and backing one person. And that one person, Inesh Peter Mumbai, is now other than Edgar Lungu. Whether wadumpatata, wampata, or uchiteshani, that is the only objective way to go. That is the only way to go. You know what's gonna be hard for most opposition political party leaders is the fact that UPND have destroyed the trust amongst Zambians and they themselves. Because UPND was an experiment. And if UPND had performed better, or UPND have performed well, any promises an opposition leader does today, we could have believed. But it is hard to believe that. Because of what? Because of what UPND have done to this country. And the only way we can believe in an opposition, another opposition, is by bringing someone who we know who he is. We know Edgar Lungu, we know his flaws. And we know what he has done for this country. So if you know opposition ureibepa or urei tutumuna waemia utuma pipingo waemonati ni wewe uriko and you start nombo kuibabasa pachambasa, you'll be shocked. Inena alimebati nshakwate nkongore no muntu. Nshakwate nkongoro no muntu. That's why I'm able to come here with a clear conscience na alanda na fumapo, because nshakwate nkongore no muntu. It's either you like me or you don't, you take it or you leave it. Efo yabafi. Icharo na chirungura. Icharo chala skisa. Na chisikisa even in fact. Where do we go from here as Zambia? Take away whatever is happening in the country. Let's look at other countries and our relationships with other countries. Where do we go? How do we maintain the trade? The trade policy. The bilateral agreements. Do you know why it was easy for KK airport? Abane nsubali ile kudia ku China. Tababwerera kona nguni toilet ya maka. Kuti wayo burendo bushayide pera waya ku China on to take pictures. Era ni sheba kwete vision. Usha kwete vision aya ku China abwera ko na 5-star airports. Abwera ko na conference center Kazungura bridge. Kwenda ama kwete usha kwata vision aenda arete papwa. Wewe kwata vision waenda na toilet ya maka zero. These are real issues. Number because alopo mwinga mwena nifi. Compare miendere ya mu 2021, mu 2022 na mu 2023. Eva aliko, eva aleyenda. Compare na miendere ya mu 2024. Insoni na shibekata. Tapadi owo bale uko bala ya gwino ati bala enda bae bati Stephen Tufi konkorweke yo. Takuri. Palasti to make it look like but irrelevant kwamba fyo kupitana ma traditional ceremony. Na ma traditional ceremony yota ba ishiberero ba yeshiba. Just to make it look like it parofo balechita. Kwamba fyo nomba traditional ceremony. Ukuri konse traditional ceremony. Takwa bano kusa dedicate. Apano mabele pitana fe ma traditional ceremony. Why? Because as we speak, we don't have any healthy relationship with any country. Tell me one country we have a healthy relationship with. Tell me. Just one. Mention one country that you can confidently say, as Zambia, we've got a very healthy relationship. Tell me one. In Africa and abroad. Tell me one. Eh? I put the camera. Why do you have to shining? But then you know how I look like. So, if you can tell me confidently that, okay, we are in a good relationship with this country. One, you cannot point. You cannot point to confidently say, we are in a good relationship. Suddenly a person who used to travel a lot, when we used to complain that he's traveling a lot, SADC. All of a sudden, pitana mu traditional ceremony. Na traditional ceremony is shishibikwe na waya.
Can you lower your voice? I can't hear anything. You lower your voice, I can't hear.
So, all those things we need to start putting them into consideration, yes?
Can you lower your voice? I can't hear anything.
Okay. We need to put those into consideration. Where do we go from here as a country? How do we turn this around? Who between the two are a good working relationship with others? These are serious questions. And if we talk about assets, public assets, who amongst the two really meant well for this country? Because I've just gotten info about KCM, eh? I've just gotten info about KCM. Hey. And you see, the funny thing is, Zambians, so I shapedante agwera, mwarandaranda mwarabaku. I kata kuri mopadi. Nombapa, ture umfati Zambia National Building Society. Vashtisha. Vashta. How can you sell Zambia Building Society only to come and buy that chilechkuru? Eh? All these things are real issues. And the selling and buying, it's all the Filipangana sense. Eh? So you see, all these real issues that we are talking about, and then we ask ourselves, why is it that they are very scared of Edgar Lungu? Why? Ask yourself, why is it that all the time it's Edgar Lungu this, why? The answer is simple. He is the only person that understands and knows exactly what they are doing and what they have done and where they've touched and how we can catch them. That's why they would rather avoid Edgar Lungu being on the ballot at all cost. That's why they would rather have their cadres insult him, demean him, to make it look like he's irrelevant or he's a nobody. But that tells you just how far they are willing not to have him on a ballot paper, because they know that he is the only one that knows how he left things. Especially now that I even have information about KCM, what happened with KCM. This is why they don't want Edgar Lungu. And this is why you as Zambians have to bring him back. Not I am superficial accusations. Hey, thieves, crick of thieves. Hey, what you cannot even prove. Iye na vile rango pweke to muntu. Efia chitile ofwa ekasabenye fire ranga fions. And the fact that he knows what happened with KCM, And that video, if you remember, it's called Yumunto Bara 300. I think I'm one pair Shanshani, in case I'm able to Chemigodi. They know he was telling the truth. And he has got shady where they could have. So they are scared. They are scared of Edgar Lungu. That's the whole essence. They would rather have a weak opponent like they've been doing in some by-elections. And this is where the opposition, all right, apart from the opposition that we have, and I don't mean to demean you. I don't. I'm just being honest. Okay, I need to be honest with the Zambian people. Apart from Hari Kalaba, who else? Apart from Hari Kalaba, actually, of the oppositions that we have, who else has been in government? Why Monaca? Who else has been in government? Amongst the opposition that we have. Ukulanda kwa anguka ukubomba. Look at how we are incumbent when in the body more position. Opobade ibiribira amataki. Look at how they have performed. No mba iwe. Tawa opona government tawishi wene affiliate sika tawishi be background for fili affiliate ke fintu. Wisa nomba wambe okuyitutubula. Na bakasa banya ba UPND na bakasa banya ba more position for 20 years. Yo wa isa lero. Wambi ati yo Edgar Lungu this, Edgar Lungu that. Wateni umuchinshi. Ngamwadi wa fe bwino fe skrongingo ili fe best. You can use Edgar Lungu as a purpose vehicle into governance. Because Edgar Lungu has one term. All of you are younger than him. So what's the rush? You are not even rushed to form government. So what's the rush? If you are like me, I work long term, not short term, long term. You could say, you know what? I will back this man because is the man likely to what? To take us into government. And once we are there, I will start learning governance. I will start learning governance. Maybe nganaambila ko pali bu MP or pali bu minister bamposta ko I will start learning. Do you understand? So all those things. You see why UPND ministers the likes of Garin Combos, even Sylvia Masewa can say, but Sylvia Masewa got a problem nakali. The likes of Garin Combo and the others. Do you know why they are failing to perform? Because their boss has never been in government. And because he's their boss, he gives instructions. They just have to follow. Yes, and Madam Edith Nawaki, thank you. And that's why I was saying by Edith Nawaki what? Running mate. Because she understands perfectly. So it's not like in Kwete Fama favorites. No. Nimpishamo pen na pencil. In fact, not pencil, because pencil chuafuta. Nimpishamo pen. Na loresha. Na imona, na itamba, na ilanga. Na yafa root cause. Na sayana, situation hapa iliso. Mwae monaka? Muchine na muchinga. Ine nga nefwaya. Nga nefwaya. Na ine wina kutinga na alikuwa tamataki. You know? I'm not like that. Ngana alikuwa tamataki. Kutina ambo kuitati Madam President. But to what end? To what end? Nishabom government ine. And I don't mean to demean myself. No. It's just that we live and learn every day. Okay? I may know things, but I may not know other things. The reason most ministers are underperforming in the UPN administration because their boss has never been in government and does not understand governance. But because they want to continue, they cannot challenge him. That's why Garin Combo looks like Garin Combo, because it's not the Garin Combo we knew. You understand? And them, they think they are safe. The man that doesn't understand governance is finishing your political career because mukera kumo once. Mukera kumo. How else do you explain regarding your sacrifices, for example? 20 years in opposition for you to come and underperform? To be the worst local government minister? How else? That's your end of your political career. So, let's change tukwate ukuichefya. Tukwate no muchinshi. I always say it's one thing that why UPND can go around there, get aba iche baba nuisha nga machibuku, nga vivo roba poipa, bamboku tukana. It is another thing when a sober person starts now to demean the former head of state. If you're not if you're on shwayo, nishwamvundura. Nishwamvundura, na ilanda kare. And for me, if you're on bomba, let me tell you. Anyone snatch that discovered my intentions, you will never find me. I will not mention. For me, you are done, dead, done, buried. I continue with what I'm doing. If you're not Bafi. So, ngamuri serious. No kuteke charo, no kwayo kurubura Zambia. You can use ECL as a purpose vehicle into governance. That's the only way you can get credibility. If in the fishing car, there is absolutely no way Zambians can trust any person in the manner that UPND have governed this country. So many issues are happening, not just within Zambia, but also in the SADC region and the geopolitics in the African soil. All those things require a person with experience, so that when we dive into SADC in 2026, we just don't go there with an empty head. We already know somebody. We already have somebody who's familiar with how things work. That's the reason. Why, Monaga? So, whatever the detection, what not, in fact, Mwambio kwenda, ifo tuwadiambo kwenda. Yeah? Tuwadiambo kwenda, and we'll continue moving. Yeah, in another broadcast, in another bangire, you can do whatever you want, your shenanigans and whatever, but at the end of the day, the people power speaks. And the people will speak. And all of you will have to listen to how the people speak. One same way. The UPND minister, don't worry, they listen to me. Kapiaeo, they listen, don't worry. They listen, they watch. They listen, they watch. That's why if you do something, I'll come. Because we are tired. We are tired of this nonsense of trying to persuade people to doing what you like. There is a reason why I'm not saying I'm going to run in 2026, because I have no intentions. My life is here. Why should I say I want to run? There's a reason why. I don't want to deceive people to say, no, now come start calling me honorable Chakuti, honorable Chan, oh, Madam President. I have even stated here my intentions. My intentions is to continue growing my political analysis within Zambia and beyond. If this analysis opens you Zambians, I can go and work in South Africa, do a political analysis in South Africa. That's my intention. Okay? I'm not thinking of, I come and run as a councillor. For what? Eh? Maybe in 10, 15 years time, ngachai some. But as for now, I don't have solutions for the problems Zambians are facing. And I'm telling you, and I'm pointing, and I'm screaming to you, go this direction. This is where we can help ourselves from. The same stone we rejected, it has become the cornerstone that will hold this country together. And I'm screaming and I'm shouting. And I'm telling you, this is the direction. And one thing I hate, one thing that has pissed me off, is the fact that I participate I talk every day. You know my stance. You smile. And at the end of the day, imagine now what is being said about me. Because my stance has always been clear. I've never hidden anything. I've said, there's a reason why I'm saying Alebwele. So if me, who has been a champion of Alebwele and participated in your lives and whatnot, and then you go and you've got a hidden agenda, it's like taking me for a fool. And that pisses me off. Do you understand? That pisses me off. Because I would rather, I am straight with the Zambian people. I am straight. Me, my existence here is the Zambian people. I talk about Edgar Lungu because that's the direction we are headed, and that's the direction I'm pointing Zambians. If anything else, mostly I stand here because of the Zambian people. I sit here because of the Zambian people. You understand? So, we need to understand that this is about the country. Our beautiful country. That's why some of us, because we care for this country. You know, we are not here because somebody's paying us. I'm not here because, hey, Lungu has done this. No. I'm here because I care for my country. But then, what pisses me the most is after all the efforts of bringing Edgar Lungu back into active politics, we succeeded, we were happy, you know, even when it looked impossible, and you are the people that are trampling on our efforts? What? Eh? And this is why I tell you, I always say you can say whatever you want. You can, it's your democratic right, but also, you know, be honest with the Zambian people. That's all I ask. Be honest. If your intentions are, look, this is where you need to understand. Say, for example, this all goes to all the opposition, even the UPND included. If your intentions, and this is, and I'm being honest, this is your right, This is your right. If you think Edgar Lungu is not the right person, it is your right to think like that. Do you understand? It's fine. Okay? It is perfectly fine. You need to now sell yourself and what you intend to do. What you cannot do, however, is write on Edgar Lungu's name and his political influence and his political popularity with no intentions of working under him. That is not fair. That is selfish. And that is going against the Zambian people. That you cannot do. And we shall not let you to do that. All of you, this goes to everyone. All of you by opposition. That won't happen. Do you understand? Because we will not let it happen. Chiramuntu kanshi abene chua chakwe. You build your own ngamlefo mkaka nema voti mkakani. Kaidi you don't care for the country. We are saying bring the votes together so that we remove people that are destroying this country. And by bringing the votes together, it will be hard for them to read. So we are saying that. And on one end you are agreeing, on the other end you have other intentions. It's not fair, it's not right. Meaning you are deceiving the Zambian people. And that really is really not fair and really annoying. And that's what pisses me off. Because here we are, Turelanda, we take time off. We take time off our schedules. We come here, we talk, we try and open the Zambian people's minds. And what do? And this is not the first time it has happened. First it was Savoy. it's just not right. I always say, Iwenga na ufina, sell yourself like that. Don't trash, Lino, don't trash, you cannot be saying, then at the end of the day, it's not right. It is not right, and it is not fair. Even okay, you don't accept to say, okay, Edgar Lungu, I don't accept with the way he governed this country, and I don't think he should come back. That is fine. That is your democratic right to feel like that. Nobody should stop you from feeling like that. But at the end of the day, you cannot then go use the same person's name and popularity and influence to drive your political agenda. It is not right. It is not right. Just sell your ideologies and let the Zambians decide. It's the same thing that goes to the UPND. You will not stop Edgar Lungu by tarnishing his name or insulting. It doesn't work like that, because at the end of the day, the Zambian people must speak. And when they speak, they must be heard. And the constitution, they can change. It is the Zambian people's constitution. Mama. Zambians are happy with you. Sometimes will say, let's give them 20 years. But it's not up to you to say, give us 20 up to 2090. It's not up to you. Na guru ine kura woku ikambatura. So at the end of the day, it is the Zambian people who have the say. The last say lies with the Zambian people. But in between, stop deceiving the Zambian people. Be honest with them. Tell them to say, in Nepal one day, I don't agree with Edgar Lungu coming back. And this is why. And these are my ideologies. And I want to be the president of the Republic of Zambia. And this is what I intend to do. It's as simple as ABCD. And Zambian people will decide whether you're telling the truth or if they can follow and vote for you. It's as simple as ABCD. But this kind of politics where you want to ride on somebody's niceness has to come to an end. But UPND cannot ride. They had a chance to stop Edgar Lungu. They couldn't use that chance. All they needed was to treat him right, give him respect, leave him in retirement. Chop! Bring him close. What did they do? Because of their bitterness, they started poking him. He came out, and look at how much time they've wasted. Every day, Edgar Lungu. You oppositions, you have a chance to go into government with Edgar Lungu. Use him as a purpose vehicle. And when I say use him as a purpose vehicle, I don't mean you, Edgar Lungu, pointing you to say, oh, let's vote for this one. You're not any experiment, because mukachinja mano. Turefua tukamone from Mbanda Edgar Lungu. So that for Edgar Lungu, if he comes and retire completely, we will then remain with you. That's what we want to see. Because today he can point to say, okay, I will back this one. Edgar Lungu, let's ride this one. Tukami votera. Muke say miyama pepe. Muka chinje na manu. Tukami okupita mudi fumofine. Shofata turefwaya. So if you are genuine, you are honest, and you want the Zambian people you want Zambia to be better, use Edgar Lungu as a purpose vehicle. Go into government. Be under him. Let's see how you work. After 5 years, 2031, take over. Me, I don't even care who takes over after 2021. After 2031, I don't care. At least we would have seen how you would have worked. So you can do your shenanigans, but at the end of the day, people have the last say. You can be a dictator today, but people have the last say. We always have the last laugh. Always. And we will have the last laugh come 2026. Those that say history is about to be made. So you can be part of this history, or you can remain behind. It's as simple as ABCD. It is as simple as A, B, C, D. You understand? So, Zambia needs urgent solutions. And we, Zambians, we can give ourselves those solutions. Solutions are there. All we need is to go and get our NRSCs, register to vote, and bring back Edgar Lungu. And solutions are there. Solutions are there. Eh? Not if it's, oh, now we're at a border. Hey, Chawana Shani. Hey, trade. Oh, We've always been a very clean country. Eh? That's what they feel in my countries, Yambi. We've been a beacon of peace. So how come then Chashupa Shani Mudi 3 years finish Chashupa? Why Monaga? I know.
Yeah.
Go get me the other phone. I opened the phone lines. It's in the office upstairs. Change Chashupa. Why Monaga? Indipano nde onsha nde pangara. This is how serious things are. I can easily disappear on Facebook. We know Facebook. But my conscience won't let me. Na yumfwa pobu chushi ofo bumfu kama dem kunzaroko ate achura afu mineo afu makupuwa family adi chura chan bari ya mkuzara na sekerefi ngana afu makupuwa family and I'm very proud na afu makupuwa family and I'm here today like this. It should tell you the caliber of a person I am. It should even actually scare you. If I can turn around my life coming from a poor background, it should tell you the caliber of a person I am. So, that aside, I'm just saying, I'm here because I know what it means to go hungry. I know what it feels like starting with a kendo, so you're going to write your exams. I understand perfectly. My grade 12 exams I was writing, studying with a kendo. Mwamona. Elo ine, shirawoko nafuma. And it's the main reason why I'm here today. Because this is what I have to offer for my country, my voice. I cannot help everybody financially because I'm not that rich. Mwamona. But I'm comfortable. Alright? So I have a voice to use and this is why I'm here. I know what it means going to write an exam on an empty stomach. I know what it means walking long distances to go to school. Do you understand? So I know what it means to be going through hell on earth, suffering and whatnot. This is why you find, oh, chair we can abroad, but it is the main reason I remain humble. Because I understand perfectly where I come from, and I'm so proud of where I've come from. Come rain, come sunshine. Shifisa no officer yo. I've done ego jobs before. But whenever ego, that's why I identify with them, because that job they do. But I've done that before. Just to put myself through school.
Mommy, I can't find your phone.
It's on daddy's table. Okay. Let me open the phone lines. What time is it? Let me get the phone and open the phone lines. Maimon. So don't underestimate me. And if you think you come here and shout to say, "Wale chura fi," it should even scare you. I did she turn her life around. It should scare you of the type of person I am. Read my bio. My bio says I'm a go-getter. And that's who I am. So, by tempering and a network, I could open the phone lines. Should I open the phone lines? But I still have phone lines. Should I open the phone lines? I'll open the phone lines some other day. But this is what I'm talking about. Zambians, things are getting worse. Okay? Things are getting worse, and it is up to us to change them. How do we change them? We have to go out and vote. It is not up to anybody. It is up to us to change this situation in Zambia. It is up to us. So we the people have the last say. And when we speak, everybody must listen. Okay? This shenanigans of it will not happen. It will not happen. We will speak and the world must listen. And it will listen. Takuli fya kukambati kama takupachikuna. Takuli takwakabe. Not in this life or the next. Ama takupachikuna tapaba takwakabe kukambati kama takupachikuna. We will hire and fire. We will substitute as we please.